I was ragged.
Does by a teacher count? Then yes.
It wasn't very harsh or anything, but it did happen.
Standing up for yourself is okay, but embracing violence for that, it's not.
I was made to stand in the rain for like 2.5 hours in a phantom underwear.
I've been stopped in the corridor more than I would have ever liked to.
I think they rag other people because they feel this power and an adrenaline rush.
I cannot put myself in their shoes and answer this.
To have fun.
They think it is being cool and they have that power.
A forceful way of interaction.
To put somebody down.
Sometimes it's just their insecurities.
It's more that they're not happy with themselves.
Somehow people take it upon themselves that they have the right to show other people that the outside world is going to look like a certain way, and I think I am in the power to give you a taste of it.
At times it is a blatant abuse of power.
Psychological abuse with words and actions.
Is emotional abuse a thing?
Physical?
Usually people mistake ragging just with physical abuse, but I think it's a lot more than physical abuse. It's more of a mental pressure and psychological oppression.
Not something very harsh, but definitely something impactful.
It started out as something that we would do for fun, you know, like we would pull their legs sort of thing.
I forced my junior, or rather my cousin, into drugs.
It all started with making him drink, smoke occasionally, even though he didn't want to.
Slowly it started becoming about the standards.
We started with weed. It was supposed to be harmless fun, but then
In our first year when we were freshers, we would, once we reached our hostel, we were supposed to remember all our seniors' names. Every time we meet a senior, we were supposed to greet them in a certain manner. And okay, it could be considered derogatory. Like we are supposed to bend 90 degrees and bow to them every time we meet a senior. So if you enter a room and there are 15 seniors, you'll be bowing 15 times.
You know, they had photoshopped my face to other things, and not very nice things, but then they spammed like the entire college with pamphlets, and you know, it was all fun and games at the start, but then yeah.
All these, kids who can't really fight back with them. So they used to round them up and they used to slap and punch them in the abdomen for no reason at all. And when asked why you're hitting me, because in retaliation, they used to say, "Oh, तूने मेरी लड़की की तरफ देखा," or something like that.
I go in and I hear a lot of people, whispering, giggles, chuckles, and then I'm locked.
They thought that I was making excuses not to study and other things. So I was being dragged under the name of punishments. Being slapped, being beaten up by belts were like quite common, and even after a certain amount of time, even I started taking it casually.
I was made to copy notes for my seniors, like 15 to 20 times. I was also made to wake them up at times preferred by them. If not, then things would get pretty ugly.
He shoved chicken down my throat. It is not a big deal, but then I come from a hardcore vegetarian family.
I never knew he would get addicted.
After a point of time, you realize you've wronged so many people, and there's this very thin line, but you never really know until you've crossed it and gone too far. And then when you look back, you see all these lives that have been destroyed.
And if I look back all this time, I think it was all our fault.
There's a saying that the judgment of a person is not by how he treats his equals, but how he treats his juniors.
How did I ended up becoming something like so evil, something so bad?
You stop where you don't get physical.
You might just have fun for a moment and get over it, but it stays with people for a very long time.
I would also like to ask them why did they do it. Like, उनके लिए वो 1 घंटे में they just did what they had to do, but my life was ruined for a pretty long time.
It's not okay to make me feel uncomfortable just for 2 minutes of your fun.
If you're that kind of person, I would just say, it sort of reflects on your psyche.
Stop.
Stop. It's not funny.
Yeah, please stop.
Stop.
Stop. Stop.
Please stop.
I'm sorry.
I am sorry. I'm sorry for what I did to you.
I'm sorry.
I am really sorry on behalf of everybody who's ragged somebody weaker than them.